أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما صليت على سيدنا إبراهيم وعلى آل سيدنا إبراهيم وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما باركت على سيدنا إبراهيم وعلى آل سيدنا إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. By the barakah of Sidi Shaykh Sidi Mohamed Faouzi al-Karkari قدس الله سره. Notes from the lecture of January 5th, 2025. Before starting this video, I would like to state that this work would never have seen the light without Sidi Shaykh. If something is wrong, it will be from myself, and everything that is correct is from Sidi Shaykh. In this lecture, Sidi Shaykh spoke about the three stations of religion, which are submission, Islam, faith, Īmān, and excellence, Iḥsān. Sidi Shaykh explained the hadith of Sayyidina Jibreel alayhi salam, in which the three stations or levels of Islam are described. The first station is the station of submission, Maqamul Islam, built upon 5 pillars: declaring faith, prayer, fasting during Ramadan, giving charity, and performing the pilgrimage to Mecca if able. He explained that these pillars are all grounded in physical actions. One uses the body and faculties, jawarah, to perform these acts of worship and draw closer to God. This is the station of Islam. Next comes the station of faith, Maqamul Īmān. This station is entirely based on the acts of the heart, al-a'mal al-qalbiyya, and deals with the unseen, al-ghayb. It's about believing in God, His angels, His books, His messengers, the day of judgment, and predestination with all its good and bad. This isn't about outward actions, but about what's in the heart. It's about having absolute certainty in the unseen reality of these 6 articles of faith. Finally comes the station of excellence, Maqamul Iḥsān, the highest station in Islam. Iḥsān isn't just about the heart or the body, but an integration and realization of both. The Prophet ﷺ said, excellence is to worship God as if you see Him, كَأَنَّكَ تَرَاهُ. This station is defined by vision, رؤية, not just unseen faith, or simply going through actions, imagining oneself to have already attained Iḥsān. The hadith of Sayyidina Jibreel alayhi salam is explicit. It's worshipping God with the condition stated in the hadith, which is as if you see Him, كَأَنَّكَ تَرَاهُ. This as if, the kaf of eminence, kaf al-tashbih, points to the eminence of witnessing God as if one sees Him. If one does not yet see Him, and this speaks to the utter nothingness, adamiyya, of the human being, if one truly grasps their inability to see Him because of this nothingness, yet still strives with that as if, then God sees them. Sidi Shaykh added that everyone knows the hadith of Sayyidina Jibreel verbally. So, Islam, with its 5 pillars, is practiced by everyone, praise be to God. However, Islam has knowledge, essence, and truth, ilm, wa'ayn, wa haqq, as do faith and excellence. The knowledge of Islam, ilm al-Islam, is for a person to be knowledgeable about the 5 pillars, whether they perform them or not. This is informational knowledge, and it is comprehensive and general. Everyone knows that God has obligated these pillars upon them, but they complain of their own weakness and heedlessness, that perhaps even if they perform them, they do not perfect them. Then comes the essence of Islam, Ainul Islam, which is for a person to perform the 5 pillars of Islam, and these pillars become his essence, and he becomes inhalated, thani, in these pillars. Sidi Shaykh explained that outwardly, in terms of worshipping God through the 5 pillars of Islam, the knowledge, essence, and truth of Islam are all equal. For example, if there are 3 brothers, one worships with the knowledge, one with the essence, and one with the truth, all 3 will perform the same pillars. No one increases or decreases in any part of a pillar. And even if one of them falls short, it is only due to his heedlessness and distance from God. However, Their stations differ and vary. The middle station is for the essence, the highest for the truth, and the first for knowledge. The same applies to faith. Its pillars reside in the heart. While everyone believes in God's oneness, His angels, books, messengers, the last day, and predestination with all its good and bad, this belief often remains entirely unseen. Ghaib. Belief in God is unseen. The matter is not about words. Anyone claiming otherwise must provide irrefutable proof and evidence. Likewise, belief in angels is unseen. Thus, this faith often remains informational. The divine books, too, are unseen. Sidi Shaykh addressed the audience and pointed out that a person only knows the Quran among the books. Even if someone says that they have studied the Gospel and the Torah, they are all corrupted. This means they do not have certain faith, or the essence of faith, or the truth of faith in this. So it remains merely informational faith. As for the last day and predestination, the good and the bad of it, everyone believes in the good of predestination and denies the bad. Sidi Sheikh illustrated this point. He explained that when engaging in acts of worship or drawing closer to God, one realizes that this connects them to the Almighty subhanahu wa ta'ala. However, when committing a bad deed, one seeks forgiveness and erases this bad deed with istighfar. So one believes in some of it and denies some of it. If a person says that they believe in both good and bad, then why did they fall into the bad deeds? This revealed that the matter remains verbal, limited to words. Sidi Sheikh explained that these articles of faith are what initiate the journey of spiritual wayfaring. This is why the people of God, Ahlullah, refer to faith as the path, tariq. They call Islam the divine law, Sharia, faith the path, tariqa, and excellence the reality, haqiqa. The people of God didn't coin these terms randomly or as mere theoretical concepts. There is a profound purpose behind them. The path signifies a course that one must traverse on their spiritual journey, as mentioned in the al-Kitab, Al-Fatiha, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, guide us to the straight path. Sidi Sheikh explained that the straight path is the path of faith, which the Prophet ﷺ described in the Hadith. Faith has 70 some branches, the lowest of which is removing harm from the road. Sidi Sheikh explained that one must remove harm from oneself, because they are the path, they are on the path. Thus, if one is harsh or harmful, they represent an obstacle on the path. Removing harm from the road isn't simply performing the duties of a sanitation worker. It's about removing the harm from one's own path, one's own spiritual journey. This means addressing the inner harm, the harm within one's very essence. The Prophet ﷺ stated in the hadith that the lowest branch of faith is removing harm from the road, and the highest is La ilaha illallah, placing between them 70 some branches. In another narration of the hadith, 60 some branches. Sidi Sheikh emphasized that both narrations are divinely inspired and authentic, and no one can challenge either. He added that if the reason for the difference in number between the two narrations of the hadith were revealed, people would praise and thank God. These branches of faith serve as a mean carrying the individual closer to La ilaha illallah. Upon reaching the highest branch, one realizes a form of worship previously unknown. It's as if in the stations of faith and Islam, one's worship differs from that performed in the station of excellence, Iḥsān, which is to worship God as if seeing Him. So that was all for this video. Alhamdulillah الذي هدانا لهذا وما كنا لنهتدي لولا أن هدانا الله. لقد جاءت رسل ربنا بالحق. اللهم لك الحمد. اللهم لك الحمد. اللهم لك الحمد. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما صليت على سيدنا إبراهيم وعلى آل سيدنا إبراهيم، وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما باركت على سيدنا إبراهيم وعلى آل سيدنا إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.